What are the sources for new ideas? The first source is trends. Trends always tell us a lot, not as a source of ideas per se, but they help spotting promising areas for exercising your creativity and observation skills. Here are a few examples of interesting trends. Some of them come from the book Jugaad Innovation from Navi Raju that I strongly recommend you to read. Emerging markets in developing countries are becoming a driving economic force is a very good example. This opens up huge opportunities. When the Chinese middle class starts buying flat-screen TV or has access to the iPhone, this is a new market of hundreds of millions of customers that just emerged. The second trend I'd like to talk about is frugal innovation. The idea of doing more with less that is central in Navi Raju's book. We recently heard about the MAVEN, the space program from NASA, that brought a satellite to orbiting around Mars. About the same time, India launched successfully a similar program. What is interesting is to compare the cost and duration of both programs. The NASA MAVEN program lasted around 5 years and represented $679 million. The Indian equivalent took 18 months and had a cost of $69 million. 3.5 times faster and 10 times cheaper. This idea of doing more with less is indeed a very significant trend and a major change in innovation, including for large Western corporations. For a long time, it was understood that innovation in many industries was a matter of allocating enough resource and budget, and therefore was a game for big guys with deep pockets. What these examples show is that it's not anymore the case. The entrepreneur, the innovator, sometimes single-handedly, with lots of energy and creativity and little resources, may have more innovative power than big organizations. Open innovation is another big one. The idea is to organize innovation as a collaboration process between organizations. The number of initiatives emerging in this direction is very large and growing rapidly. The Procter & Gamble Group put in place an initiative called Connect Plus Develop. It is a place where Procter & Gamble publishes problems and researchers, inventors from around the world can submit their idea. Procter & Gamble also shares in this place some technologies that they don't use and that it's possible to license from them. IBM is also offering patents, technologies that they don't use based on the same model. The ability to produce in small quantity and high quality thanks to 3D printing is another significant recent change. Before 3D printing, if you had a product idea, the cost of entry was huge. Investing in a plastic mold represented an investment of around 30 to 50,000 euros just to get the first prototype. 3D printing has changed that, and it affects virtually every industry. In the airplane industry, one of the ideas that has emerged recently is now to print spare part of an airplane on demand on site. General Electric organizes a world competition GrabCAD, which goal is to redesign some critical plane air-jet engine components so they can be produced locally on a 3D printer. Other noticeable trends in the technology sphere are information sensors that support the exciting but also scaring idea that everything can be tracked and measured. Yes, it raises some ethical concerns that shouldn't be underestimated, of course, but it also opens up huge opportunities for the smart entrepreneurs. Another technology trend is big data and machine learning, getting meaning out of huge volume of data. This will affect virtually every industry in the coming years. Infinite computing is another one. The cost of IT is going down to almost zero. You can rent today at a variable cost any IT infrastructure on Amazon Web Services or others. These are just examples, of course, of emerging trends. They are not directly related to startup opportunities, but each one suggests big changes, room to challenge established positions, and opens up new and explored territories for innovators and entrepreneurs.